Science is a field that often brings progress, but also carries the risk of failure. This video showcases 10 significant failures in science history, from hoaxes to technical malfunctions, and serves as a reminder of the importance of caution, evaluation, and responsibility in scientific pursuits. In 1912, the discovery of what was believed to be the missing link between apes and humans was announced. It wasn't until several decades later the Piltdown Man fossil was revealed as a deliberate hoax, made up of a human skull and orangutan jawbone. This failure of science was a blow to the credibility of paleoanthropology, and also a cautionary tale about the dangers of preconceived ideas and insufficient scrutiny. During the 1920s to 1960s, Soviet agricultural science was dominated by the ideas of Trofim Lysenko, who rejected the science of genetics and instead promoted the idea of acquired characteristics. This rejection of established science caused significant harm to Soviet agriculture and set back the development of genetics research. In the late 1950s, the drug thalidomide was marketed as a treatment for morning sickness and insomnia. Unfortunately, it caused birth defects in thousands of children, born to mothers who took the drug during pregnancy. This tragedy was a failure of the regulatory system in place for drug approval and highlights the need for thorough testing and caution when introducing new drugs. In 1989, two electrochemists claimed to have discovered a new type of fusion reaction that could be carried out at room temperature. The idea of cheap, limitless energy was hugely appealing, but the findings could not be reproduced and cold fusion was eventually discredited as a scientific failure. The Millennium Bridge in London was opened in 2000, but was quickly closed due to excessive wobbling. The failure of this bridge was a failure of engineering, as the bridge was not properly tested for pedestrian use before being opened to the public. The Space Shuttle Challenger exploded just 73 seconds after its launch on January 28, 1986. The cause of the explosion was traced to a faulty seal in one of the solid rocket boosters. The Challenger disaster was a tragic failure of both technology and the decision-making process, as the risks associated with the faulty seals were not adequately addressed. The Hubble Space Telescope was launched in 1990 with a major flaw in its main mirror. The mirror was too flat by 2.2 microns, which caused the images it captured to be blurry. This failure was a disappointment for astronomers and a reminder of the need for thorough testing and quality control in large-scale scientific projects. In 1976, a massive earthquake struck the city of Tangshan in China, killing over 240,000 people. Despite numerous claims of accurate predictions of the earthquake, none of them were taken seriously by the local government, leading to a failure of disaster response. The Mars Polar Lander was sent to Mars in 1999 to study the Martian climate and search for signs of water. However, communication with the lander was lost soon after its descent to the surface, and its fate remains unknown. The failure of the Mars Polar Lander mission was a setback for Mars exploration and highlights the challenges of space exploration. In the 1980s and 1990s, a new disease called bovine spongiform encephalopathy, or mad cow disease, emerged and spread rapidly among cattle populations. The human form of the disease, known as the variant Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, was linked to eating infected beef, leading to a major crisis in public health. This was a failure of food safety and a reminder of the need for careful monitoring and regulation of the food supply. Despite these setbacks, science continues to move forward and improve our lives, and the lessons learned from these failures will only make future advances stronger and more reliable.